Hey guys, Kev here, and I want to do my full review on the Asher Knives Titanium Nomad with M390 steel, guys. This thing is an absolute just EDC king, EDC monster. I'll get into all that. First, I want to say a big thank you to Justin over at Asher Knife Co. for sending this my way to review. Absolutely a pleasure to have a relationship with Justin. And yes, thank you, brother. Really appreciate it. And I also want to mention, if you haven't, please subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button, notification bell. I have a Patreon. It's all linked below. Memberships. Tons of affiliate links and a Teespring so you can get merch, detent merch. Yeah, I'd appreciate any of that stuff. Yeah, so let's move on. So the Asher Titanium Nomad in M390, that I was going to say what materials we're working with, but it's titanium and M390. We're on bearings. We have this sort of two-tone look with the plain tie, and it's like a stonewash tie, and then your blacked out hardware. It looks so sexy. It really is just sexy. And then it has this really nice stonewash on it. Almost looks like a bead blast, but it's a stonewash. Looks amazing. Aesthetics. So let's start this off. Guys, it's sexy. I have always liked the Nomad. Going back to the Nomad 2.0, he actually is now just getting the Nomad 3.0s in, so I'm excited to check those out. They look really good, but I've always liked this design. Very simple, just drop point, thin, lightweight knife. Really good for EDC, in my opinion. And then we, of course, have the original Nomad frame lock. This is a steel frame lock with a G10 show side. So it's kind of the first iteration of what was to come. And I really like it. You can see it doesn't have the fuller. It's obviously steel, but still great action. Different thumb studs. He changed them a little bit to make them more comfortable. Different lock bar. Definitely better access now. So definitely a great step in the right direction with that one. But yeah, so I absolutely love the aesthetic. Just a simple drop point. That fuller is epic. Super thin blade stock. Just, oh my God. Let's get into ergos, man. It is a dream. It is so thin yet comfortable in hand, right-handed, left-handed, doesn't matter. That clip does not poke or anything. It has a nice plateau right there. It does stand off the scale a little bit, but, you know, unless you really bear down, you don't really, like, feel it, but it never becomes a hot spot. So I think the ergos are fantastic. There's no choil on this knife, but I honestly don't think it needs it. It's just one of those where you can get close enough to the blade anyway, the edge, sorry. Ride my thumb up here on the spine, and I'm ready to go. Just love it. Absolutely fantastic ergonomics. The carry, it's a dream, guys. Look at that. It's set into the scale, and then the screws are countersunk. You can't ask for a better clip than that. And it works so well. I've never had an issue with an Asher clip. They work extremely well. The only gripe I've ever heard is that it's not all the way to the butt end of the knife to clip. But I'm telling you, in pocket, you literally have that sticking out. This little nub, right? Like, it's nothing. So that does not bug me in the least. Absolutely lightweight, disappears in your pocket, thin in all dimensions. Just a great EDC. That's going to be a theme here, guys. Cutting. My goodness. Look how thin this stock is. Then it's essentially a full flat grind minus that swedge, or that fuller, sorry. That might be one gripe you could have with the fuller versus the one that doesn't have the fuller. Maybe material could get caught in there. I did not have that issue at all, but I could see somebody thinking that. definitely thin stock, and this edge is oh shit. This edge is fantastic. I actually just stropped it before this video. I did like 50 passes on each side, and man, is it sharp. It's shaving hair now. It's starting to get a polish too, I think, man. I might be getting into stropping a little more, but it needed it. It was still sharp, still cutting paper really well, but I have been using the crap out of this. This has been like an everyday carry knife for me since I got it. It's been a while since I've had it. I mean, at least a few weeks. I don't know if it's been a month, but I've had it a while. Almost a month, but not quite, I think. I got it when I had COVID, so somewhere in there. But it's been in pocket. Like this and the Oaksworks Osprey EDX have been the two knives dominating my front left pocket during that time frame. Just recently, I got the Civivi Cogent button lock, and that has taken some space. But I was already kind of at the end of the review for this guy. Yeah, it cuts like an absolute beast. This M390 I thought held up really well. I believe he had it Rockwell tested around 61, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, no issues with it. I just felt like stropping it up, even though it didn't really need it, but it seemed like a good idea. So, you know, I got it really sharp. I mean, we're shaving hairs here. We're shaving hairs. It's disgusting, okay? So, yeah, the M390, in my opinion, has been fantastic. Now, I haven't sharpened it. I haven't tested it for 10 months and beat the shit out of it or whatever, so I can't, you know, speak to that. You know, somebody's going to be like, oh, it doesn't perform as well as the S35. Like, you know, I can't tell you all that. I can just tell you it's performed excellent for EDC, and it stropped up like a beast. I mean, seriously. If I can do it, anybody can do it. I'm using green compound and a freaking like Beaver City Creek fucking strop I got for $10 on Amazon 2 or 3 years ago. Yeah, so cutting, fantastic. Let's talk about sounds. Just thunders out of there. Nice click on disengaging. Bounces off your nail. Just really good acoustics, in my opinion. This, for me, is one of the better budget knife acoustics I've felt this year. I would put this at like a 7, maybe even an 8 in terms of sound. Just really, really good. Action. Man, this thing shines. I don't know if a category has had a negative. I mean, that's why it's just so good. Centering, dead nuts. Detent, dialed to perfection. I mean, I don't think I could fail this if I tried. I don't think it's happening. Try it left-handed, no lock bar at all. Nope. It has that click to it. I don't know if you can hear that pop as the ball pops out. It just has a really good detent. Flies out of there. The only downside to that is, as a lefty, I obviously reversed the clip because it has a reversible clip. Back to carry. Awesome. But I reversed the clip, so I don't have a clip to ride here. So if you're on the frame lock, it is not going to fire out left-handed because of that strong detent, right? But all you got to do is just stay off the lock bar. Bang, she flies out. Or I kind of come down here, go up to the pivot, go to the fuller. Bang, she flies out. No problem. Right-handed, just so nice. So freaking nice. You can hit that thumb stud. You can hit that fuller. You obviously have your thumb flick. So you just have a lot of fidgetability here on this guy. And then it has this excellent lock bar cutout right here. And they added this jimping, and the lock bar comes out a little bit farther than on the original. And that's something I want to point out, because if you have one of these, you might be thinking, well, I didn't really love the lock bar, because I didn't. You still have that cutout, but you have this lock bar that's so thin, and it doesn't have jimping or anything. You can get in there, but you kind of got to use the corner of your nail to push it aside, right? Let me try to get the angle for you. Kind of got to use the corner of your nail to get in there. On this guy, they put that jimping and it kind of sticks out a little bit. So you just push, you can use the meat of your finger and just push and it drops out of the way. And it's so smooth. The lockup is excellent. And then just watch this. It just drops and very minimal shaking. I mean, one smooth shake and you're down. It's just freaking excellent. I mean, it really is just excellent. The action is incredible. It's on bearings, obviously, and he has this tuned perfectly. There is no play or rock. Now, you can feel something moving, but that's the whole night. That's like the blade moving because it's so thin. The blade, like, is bending, I think. There's no actual play. Just rock solid, amazing. Dead center, like I said. Value. Kidding me? This thing is $96 retail. I don't know if you can use my code Lefty10, but that would make it like $85 for this knife in titanium and M390. That's just dumb. It really is. It's dumb. He's going to sell a shit ton of these. When they finally drop, I know everybody's waiting for the drop right now. Today is the 19th for me, December 19th. So these will drop in a few days, hopefully before Christmas. We'll see. But they're worth the wait, guys. Just hang in there. They're coming. And get yours because you don't want to miss this. For $96, hands down, the best knife I've ever had under $100. And, like, I am struggling right now. Like, I kind of want to make this knife of the year. It won my budget knife of the year. That's actually 2 years in a row that an Asher won my budget knife of the year. But it might win the overall knife of the year. I still have to do the 500 and over. And then I'm going to take the winners from each category and have that be a final like knife of the year battle. And, you know, I got to figure out when the Evo came out. Because if that came, the Evo 2.0... if that came out this year, or I bought it this year and it came out at the end of last year, it'll count. And that probably would beat this. But, I mean, you kidding me? It's going to take an Evo 2.0 to beat this? Like, it's just that good. And it's so refreshing, too, because I love Asher, right? I have a relationship with them. I love them. But that doesn't mean I'm just going to say every knife is good, right? I do happen to like most of their knives, but that's because for the price point, you're getting really good products and materials. And that's what usually bugs me on budget knives. If you watch my reviews on budget knives, I'm usually, you know, the freaking N690 on this thing, D2 or what, you know. You get S35 or M390, titanium, GT. You get good materials with Asher for that budget price. Anyway, I'm going to shut up now. This thing is amazing. Get one. I love you, Justin. You did a great job. Man, you knocked this thing out of the park. I hope you guys have a fantastic day. I really do. I love you all so much, and I will catch you later.